Good morning, everyone. Welcome, whether you're in person or remote. And I know, thank you families for being remote. Hopefully you can hear us okay. My name is Pete Curdy, and I'm the principal here, and this is my 8th year being here. And as many of you know, I love my job, mostly because of the students that are here and the students that provide me the great quality, purpose, and experience. I want to say a couple thank yous before we dig into our ceremony today. I want to say thank you to our 5th grade teachers. And support staff. They have done a fabulous job. So boys and girls, a round of applause for Miss Harper this year. Also, families, thank you to you. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you, and we couldn't have gone through this year without your support, kindness, and empathy. So thank you very much. So boys and girls, round of applause for your parents and families. Also, families, thank you for being flexible for the indoor ceremony. I will walk through what we'll be doing today. Our students are on my left, your right, and they'll make their way through and they'll be standing behind me. So boys and girls, remember you're on camera when you go up there. But I appreciate the families of your flexibility for joining us online. I know that is not ideal. And par for the course this year, we've had to be flexible and innovative, and COVID again is thwarting our ideal situation. Also, thank you to Mr. JP and Kelly Axelband for their help as we created a lot of logistical planning in order to have the ceremony indoors today, especially at the last minute. You should be on Zoom. The ceremony is live streamed and it will be recorded, and so we'll email it out or have it available to 5th grade families sometime next week. So hopefully the technology works. And then boys and girls, each year I have parting words for you from me as the principal. So they are a little bit like a dad speech or a dad-ism, but hopefully you find them insightful, so try not to fall asleep. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet, ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons, it came without tags, it came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled and puzzled till his puzzler was sore. You may have recognized that quote from the Grinch movie. This year certainly has made my, and probably your, puzzler sore. Similar to the Grinch that stole Christmas, it feels like COVID stole our school year and the experiences that typically go along with it. It was a year of can'ts and don'ts and rules and regulations, differences and obstacles. COVID almost literally stole our parties, traditional celebrations, promotion, holiday post office, and so much more. It's hard not to think about all of the things that COVID took from us this past year. Now, spoiler alert, I'm going to give you some of the plot of the Grinch movie. So if you haven't seen it first, like where have you been? There are 2 versions of it. Second, if you want to hear the plot or ending, if you don't want to hear it, just tune me out, which most of you have probably already done. So if you remember that Grinch movie, the Grinch had a devious plan to destroy and eliminate the happiness of all the residents of Whoville. He goes around taking all the holiday items and presents and decorations and anything that would be fun and joyous and celebratory. His goal was to make everyone as grouchy and unhappy as he was. Now, if you recall, his plan didn't work. Instead, the town of Whoville joined together, supported one another, and found joy in the little things that were truly meaningful. The town sang and danced and spent time together. They celebrated each other's company and cared for one another. They focused on what truly was important: people. Not only that, but did you notice that none of them were mad at the Grinch? The people of Whoville had empathy and compassion for the Grinch, even though he was unhappy and tried to destroy their happiness. I'd like to think that the Glacier Ridge community is the town of Whoville. When the things became difficult and COVID tried to steal our happiness, we came together to support one another, had empathy and kindness, and found joy in the important things. The staff of GRE focused on building connections this year in a year of distancing, separation, and keeping to yourself. We focused on building connections. So, you are the residents of Whoville. You had to persevere this year despite things being taken away. We often preach to you about flexibility, perseverance, creativity, and innovation. At each turn, something was different or constantly changing. Think back to how your year was this year. Online orientation days, hybrid, full return. All of that takes flexibility. For remote students, you've been online learning the entire year. Many of you not even seeing your teacher face to face. That takes perseverance. All students had to complete assignments in a new way. Collaboration looked differently, completely different than in the past. Lunch and recess were different at school. RLA students had their recess on their own. All of these are examples of items that COVID stole from you. However, as the resident of Whoville, what did you do? You remained positive and learned from those experiences. You learned how to be innovative and creative. You learned how to solve problems on your own. You learned how to connect with others in different ways. You learned how to persevere when things became difficult. You learned how to remain kind and empathetic when things weren't always going right. These are things that many adults struggle with. At the end of the movie, you know that the Grinch has a heart that grows 3 times bigger. Why does that happen? Because he learns from the residents of Whoville. Believe it or not, we learned a lot from you this year. We learned that kids often have more resilience than kids. We learned that you can find joy in a lunch period where you're sitting 6 feet apart from your friends. We learned that you can still develop many close friendships, even when you only play with the people in your class at recess. We learned that you can still connect with others, even when you can't see them in person. Plus, we learned a lot of technology tricks from you this year because you're just better at it than we are. So I end with a thank you. Thank you for allowing adults to learn from you. Doesn't mean that we're not smarter than a 5th grader. However, I'm saying that we can all learn from one another, including adults learning from kids. Also, thank you to the families of the Glacier Ridge community. This was a hard year for everyone. Thank you for collaborating with us to support your children. Thank you for your trust and thank you for your empathy. So, 5th graders, good luck next year. Take what you've learned this year and take it with you. You'll need that knowledge that we imparted to you, but more importantly, you'll need the life skills that you used to survive this year. You'll need to take all that skill of finding joy when someone tries to steal your happiness. You'll need the flexibility and innovation when there's a roadblock in your way. You'll need kindness and empathy, even when somebody is acting like a Grinch. Those will be the skills that you will likely never forget. Oh, and if you haven't seen the Grinch movie, just go see it. So thank you, good luck next year, and forever.
Why am I not seeing?
So family, students, a little bit of logistics. What we will do is we will give you your certificate. Ms. Harper will read your name, and when your name is read, you'll come across here. I will hand you your certificate, and you'll make your way up to the top row of the risers on the stage. If you don't mind holding your applause until afterwards and the whole class is done, and then we will clap and take pictures. After this ceremony, we will immediately go outside and do the bell ringing ceremony. And families, you're welcome to join us at the bell ringing ceremony if you would like to do that, or you're welcome to come back and ring the bell at any time on your own and take pictures. So Before we read names, I would like to introduce you to the class of 2028. Again, thank you, families. Thank you, Ms. Harper. And I'd like to bring Ms. Harper up here to read the names and give certificates to her students.
Parker Alex. Aisha Amir. Avi Baruch, I'm sorry, Avi Baruch. Avi Baruch. Jacob Cassini. Helena Symbol. Lexi Daniel. Aubrey Denman. Rival Ellison. Isaac
Rival,
Benji Hoekstra. Colin Justice. Ainsley Lambert. Rocco Lombardi. Camille McKay. Marley Nunn. Landon Bonifer. Daniel Harper. Colton Schaefer. Sydney Sy. Samantha Boyce. Peyton Walters. Morgan Wellfoot. Laura Wolking.
Congratulations, class of 2028, Ms. Harper's room. You go up there for a picture. Perfect. Good job, guys. Families, at this time, the students will go outside and ring the bell, so you're welcome to join us there. Even if you have some travel time, that's okay. If you'd like to sign out your students, you're welcome to do that early. If you want them to stay, they'll be coming home at the regular dismissal time. Sorry, not regular, but they'll be coming home at dismissal at 12:25 today. Again, thank you for a great year. Thank you for your kindness and empathy. Thank you for your flexibility to allow us to do this ceremony in a different way, although it's not ideal. I wish you a fantastic summer and look forward to seeing you possibly in the future. Thank you. Take care.